Does my real estate track record help if I've never run a syndication or a fund? Great question, common question. Absolutely. Everything that you've done in your career, because you are in totality the track record that you bring to the table. So here's what that means. Investors are going to look at you in a lot of different capacities. What are things that you've done? What have you studied? Who have you worked for? Where have you been? What successes have you had? What projects have you worked on? The fact that you've never worked in a syndication or a fund structure is absolutely secondary to the fact that you've done deals and that you have some proven track record of being successful. And what does being successful mean? Every project has ups and downs, that you've weathered the storms, that you've gotten financing, that you've figured out how to solve problems, that you have a Rolodex or database of investors, that you have vendors and you have suppliers and people that can help you to get through whatever the issues are that come up. People want to know that you have this project under control from start to finish. The fact that it's a syndication or a fund, they aren't really so concerned about that because they're really looking at the assets that go inside of the structure, not so much the structure themselves. Now, that's not to say that there aren't a few people that aren't going to bring something like that up. And they might say, let's see a comparable return of a previous fund or structure. You might say, you know what, it was done in a different structure, so here are the raw numbers. The fact that you've done real estate deals, whether they're apartments, whether they're housing developments, whether they're assisted living facilities, whatever it is, you have to be able to demonstrate that there's some comparable experience from your past to what it is that you're going to be doing going forward. Now, what I would tell you is that if you're a house flipper and all of a sudden you want to get into industrial development, that track record may not translate. Now, what if you don't have a track record that works? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. And the most important one is you can partner with somebody that has the right kind of a track record. So you can merge the track records of multiple people into a company resume. So rather than just you having the right resume, the company or the team that you build can bring the resume to the table. And that is absolutely acceptable. I mean, what do you think large companies are? Is collections of many people who have many different kinds of backgrounds, many skill sets, and that's really the asset base that those companies develop. So you need to do the same thing and think about doing that. And that makes the raising the money easier, it makes the confidence issue easier, and actually having a really good team really does make doing the project better and likely more successful. So keep these things in mind. Your track record from all your previous activities contributes to everything that you do going forward. The structure that you do it in from the perspective of the investors is much less important. So don't worry so much about those things as long as you just go out and stake your claim.